Good evening, I'm Chuck Seese. Welcome to the Warrior Coaches Show. We are coming to you from Bovino's on Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg. We're just a walk away from East Stroudsburg South High School. And with me is Ed Malsch, the owner of Bovino's. Ed, thank you so much for hosting us tonight.
Oh, glad to be here. Glad to have you. Nice turnout for the evening, for the event.
How long have you been the owner of Bovino's?
We opened up originally in 2006 in Marshalls Creek. We've been here now since 2012 at this location. And thanks to all the support we receive, we are now opening up another location on Main Street in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Congratulations. I was told that there was a new location.
Nobody knows. We saved it for the Coach's Corner here. So that is the official announcement, and we saved it for this.
That's a big scoop. Yes. All right, when are your doors going to open at that location?
We are shooting for January 1st. So a little winter opening, but we'll still have this location as well.
Where is the new store?
610 Main Street, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Good location. I know that block well. All right, well, we have some Bovino's Pizza here. They've got all kinds of great things, but tell us a little bit about what's on the menu other than pizza.
Oh, boy, we have everything. A little more of like a gastro pub menu maybe than just pizza, but, I mean, there's fish and chips, country boy, turkey BLT, pretzel sticks, wings. There's a very, very big, extensive menu here to go along with all the craft beer. We brew all the beer on site here as well. So beer, pizza, wings, and a lot of other stuff that come on down, check it out, and yeah.
On Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg and soon to be at 610 Main Street in Stroudsburg. Ed, tell us about your affiliation with ESU Athletics.
Oh, well, I graduated from the high school next door, and from this place, really, we just receive a tremendous amount of support from ESU. Coaches, staff, faculty. We do a lot of the camps, so I've just gotten to know so many people. Coach Twig now, Coach Dowds, Riggs, Pope. We go to a lot of the basketball games now. I know we sponsor a bunch of stuff for them now, so I just think it's an excellent, excellent organization run. I just can't say enough good things about ESU.
Well, we can't say enough good things about the food here at Bovino's, so get down to Cortlandt Street. And again, coming soon to 610 Main Street in Stroudsburg. Ed Malsch from Bovino's, thank you so much for hosting us tonight.
Oh, glad to be here, and thank you for having your event here.
We got lots to come tonight on this special edition. You may notice my hat honoring the big brothers and big sisters. We're going to talk to head coach Jimmy Terwilliger about this Saturday's game where the Warriors will host Kutztown. And there will be a celebration for big brothers, big sisters. We'll talk about it when we come back here on the Warrior Coaches Show. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Warrior Coaches Show. I'm Chuck Seese from Bigfoot Country 103.1, the home of Warrior football. And, of course, we'll have this Saturday's game against the Kutztown Golden Bears on our airwaves at 12:30 with the pregame show and the kickoff at 1:05. I'm here with head coach Jimmy Terwilliger. And, Coach, all of a sudden in 2 weeks, the ship is righted. The Warriors are 2-2, and a big win against Lock Haven. And I thought it was a really impressive performance by your offense because you played 3 new quarterbacks in your lineup. And we talked about it earlier today for our radio show, but it's pretty rare to be able to do that at this point of the season.
We've got 3 young men that can play anywhere. You know, I take a look at the 3 guys that we played on Saturday. They could play anywhere in the Pennsylvania Conference. They're really good people, unbelievable leaders. Their arm talent, all equally, they bring something different to the table. You know, we went with Matt DeLaurentis as a starter. He's been a senior for us. He's played in meaningful games in 2021. He's as cool. We call him Ice. He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. And then we went with Sean McTaggart. He's a redshirt freshman from Lampeter Strasburg. He can throw the ball through a brick wall, Chuck. He's got a gun on him. He's coming along. He's understanding the offense. He thought he played very well. And then you have Aaron Tobias. Aaron Tobias threw 54 touchdowns in high school. Now, this young man knows a little bit about throwing the football. I call him the mad scientist. He can dissect the defense just about as good as anybody. I'm glad those 3 guys got to play, but as you looked at the stat line, a lot of people got the ball. There was a lot of touches around, and that's kind of a sign of a good offense. I thought we played to our capability in that area, and our defense played stout again for the 2nd straight week. Really proud of those guys.
We're going to talk to Tyrique Lewis and Devin Banks. Tyrique had a 100-yard rushing game last year, kind of picking up where he left off last year. I saw last year as a breakout year for him, and it's nice to see him again getting involved and being very productive for your offense.
Tyrique is as explosive of a back as you can have. You know, he can make the jump cut, he can hit the circle button at any point in time, and he can make somebody miss. He's really a special kid. He understands the offense, and in that position, he's kind of played a great role. But when the ball's in his hands, anything can happen. A really special back for us.
And the defensive back that we'll talk to tonight, Devin Banks, had a pick 6 last week against Lock Haven, and that's got to be good because I know good for his confidence building and good for him to come out and shine in this is senior season.
I'll tell you what, Dev is a great story. Walk-on for us. Came out, was a walk-on for us. He earned every bit of playing time that he's gotten. He's worked his tail off, a tremendous young man, and you're seeing really the fruits of his labors. He's been an outstanding Warrior for us. The pick six that he had on Saturday was a result of him just doing what he's done up in his career. He's been a great leader for us, and I look forward to the second half of the season with him.
So you might have noticed my hat.
Yeah, there we go.
Big Brothers, Big Sisters this weekend on campus. It's a big event for everybody in the football community.
You know what? This organization has done so much for the people of our community. And I look at mentorship and what it's been to me. I've had it pretty lucky, Chuck. I've been around. I was raised around a football program that had great moral compass. When Coach Dowds and Dad, I never had a shortcoming of great leaders to be around. And for me, that's a lucky deal, but not everybody has that. So being involved with the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, inviting them to our football game on Saturday is the least that we can do. We hope that more people get involved with the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's a pretty easy chance. You visit their website. If you're interested in being a big, a little, or there's a number of events these folks put on, just being involved in our program, providing those mentorship opportunities for young people, I think is what makes this place great. East Stroudsburg University is committed to that, and I know I'm committed to that.
And we're going to be talking to Michelle Hamilton at halftime. She's the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters. We have a little spotlight for her at halftime of the ball game to talk about her relationship with ESU and exactly what they are looking for in terms of mentors for youth in the community.
She does a great job, and the whole board. I sit on the advisory board. You have people dedicating their time, their talent, and their effort, to providing opportunities. What great people! I'm very proud to be a part of it.
Well, it's all going to be Saturday at Eiler Martin Stadium, so come on down and get involved in the game. Get involved with Big Brothers, Big Sisters if you can. We have more to come from the Warrior Coaches Show. Thanks for a couple of minutes, Coach, and best of luck on Saturday.
We got enough pizzas to go around. Come support Bavino's. It's a great place in East Stroudsburg.
We are at Bovino's on Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg, and we've got more to come from the Warrior Coaches Show right after this. Welcome back to the Warrior Coaches Show. We are at Bovino's on Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg. The Warriors gearing up for a big game against Kutztown on Saturday. They try to make it 2-0 in the PSAC East. I'm with Devin Banks, a defensive back on the team this year, who has 2 interceptions, and his most recent one you took back to the house for a touchdown last week against Lock Haven. Tell me about the play. What did you see, and how big did that football look when it was coming into your hands?
Well, first off, that football didn't look so big at all. Actually, my front guys on the end, they got good pressure with the quarterback. I understood that there was some miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. I was able to make a great jump, and then could thank my guys for getting me in the end zone.
What does it mean to you to be able to be a playmaker in this Warrior defense? As Coach Terwilliger said before, you came onto campus as a walk-on, and you obviously saw the game change from the high school level to the college Division II level. Talk about that. Talk about the difference in the game as you played it as a high school player and now playing it as a college player.
I would just say the difference in the game between high school and college I would say is more the mental aspect of the game, understanding what you have to do, understanding your technique, your fundamentals, your responsibilities, being able to make the plays that you should be making at a higher level.
When you see a lineup in college football, how does your locker room differ from high school? I mean, I imagine that at the high school level, you've probably got 1 or 2 linemen that people might be looking at. You might have 1 receiver, you might have 1 running back, and you might have a good quarterback, but it's so much different at the college level.
I would say for the college level, mainly for us, for our defense, we got a lot of depth. Like our D-line, our backers, our DBs, we're deep with our guys. So I trust everybody that we have on our team, no matter 1s, 2s, 3s. I trust everybody to do what they have to do.
Every football player has a diet that they want to maintain, a body weight that they want to maintain. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is chicken Alfredo.
Do you get to eat a lot of it when you're in a season, or is that something that you have to watch?
That's more so off-season kind of food right there. That's off-season.
What's your favorite movie?
Olympus Has Fallen with Gerard Butler and Morgan Freeman.
Good film, good film. Now, who makes the best frozen pizza?
Red Baron.
Red Baron is right. You got that right.
Thank you.
Devin, thank you very much for your time tonight. Best of luck against Kutztown on Saturday, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Devon Banks with us here on the Warrior Coaches Show. We're going to come back and talk to Tyrique Lewis at a 100-yard rushing effort against Kutztown last week. We'll find out about his season so far here at East Stroudsburg University. It's the Warrior Coaches Show from Bovino's. I'm Chuck Seese from Bigfoot Country 103.1. We'll have live coverage of the game Saturday starting at 12:30. I hope you'll tune in, and I hope you'll stay with us. We'll be right back. It is a packed house here at Bavino's tonight as we continue the Warrior Coaches Show. I'm Chuck Seese. We are live at Bavino's on North Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg, just a few steps up from East Stroudsburg South High School. Warriors taking on Kutztown this week. It's a PSAC Eastern Division battle, and if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Kutztown and Shepherd have been among the best in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Eastern Division. We're here with Tyrique Lewis, one of the running backs on the Warrior squad, and had a great game last week with a 100-yard rushing effort. What does it mean for you to be able to come in and contribute at such a high level for this Warrior offense?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been my dream to play college football for a long time, and to be given this opportunity just to be a part of the team and make an impact at the running back position is just super exciting for me, and I can't thank God enough for putting me in this position.
I asked Devin the question I'm going to ask you next. The difference between the football game at the high school level and at the D2 level. Here we are, in ESU, and you guys face Westchester and Bloomsburg and Shepherd, and in the Western Division, lots of great teams. The talent level has to be one of the things that you noticed the big difference in.
100%. Playing some of the best in the state and all around the tri-state area. It's really cool. I'd say the biggest difference is just the speed of the game. In high school, you sometimes you can get around those big linebackers, you can get faster than those DBs, but everybody's fast in college football, and it's just the speed of the game moves super fast.
One of the things that I think we're all most impressed with is the depth of the running back position. Devonte Robinson came back for a year after losing a year to injury. Gunnar Anglovich then had to step in and become the lead back last year, and then you had to step up and be basically Gunnar's backup. Now you've got Tahir Mills, you've got Mason Peterson, you've got other kids that are waiting in the wings. What is it like to have that depth at the running back room, and how do you guys support each other in that room?
Well, it's super exciting. Coming into the season, I know Coach Hags wanted to build our room and make it something really special, and he's done that. He's brought in a lot of great guys. Just coming into camp, it was just amazing. Last year, we had 2 or 3 guys, 4 guys in the room, coming into camp. We had a full packed room in film sessions. It was fun. It's exciting. Just collaborating with different people, and people have different running styles in that way. So bouncing off of each other and learning from each other and implementing a little bit of everybody into your own game is really cool.
All right, a couple of questions outside of football. Who was your role model growing up as a kid?
As a kid, I never really had too many role models. I'd say I loved watching a lot of running backs play football. As an Eagles fan, I loved watching LaShawn McCoy as a kid growing up. Growing up a little more, I loved watching people like Christian McCaffrey and DeAndre Swift in college, and those guys were just really exciting, electrifying running backs.
St. Joe's Prep alum in the house right here with DeAndre Swift, and
That's awesome.
I did not play football. Don't ever let anybody tell you any different.
You could do it.
No. I like to watch. Who's your favorite NFL player today?
Today, as I said, I'm an Eagles fan, but I've really loved watching Stephon Diggs so far this season. He is just an exciting player to watch, and I love his mentality, the way he plays his game. He wants to be the best, and he acts like it.
It pretty much shows on the field every time he's out there, doesn't it? All right, one last question. What's your favorite frozen pizza?
Oh, Red Baron for sure.
See, that's the right answer. If you could play a snap on defense instead of offense, where would you line up?
Well, I talk to Coach Daniels about this all the time, and I think I'd be at corner.
Really?
100%.
Why?
One man on the outside. Throw the ball my way. I want it.
So that's just like that gamer mentality. You want to be in the middle of the action.
And I want it to be on me, and I want to make the play.
Not a lot of support out there sometimes.
That's all right. You could be on the island and still make plays. Mm-hmm.
Tyrique, we appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck against Kutztown on Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
We've got more to come from the Warrior Coaches Show here at Bovino's on Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg. Saturday is going to be a very special day for a couple of different reasons. We already told you about Big Brothers, Big Sisters, but there's another big reason to celebrate this Saturday at ESU, and we'll talk about that when we come back. Stay with us. The Warrior Coaches Show here live from Bovino's in East Stroudsburg. Welcome back to the ESU Warrior Coaches Show, brought to you by Bigfoot Country 103.1. I'm Chuck Seese, and we are talking with Mike Terwilliger, who a special occasion this week at East Stroudsburg University is Mike will be taking part in his 500th football game. That goes back to as a player in 1974, starting here at East Stroudsburg University. And when you walked out the door as a senior, you kind of walked right back in as a coach. So you've been involved with ESU football since 1974. My first question to you, after saying congratulations, is where did your football passion come from?
Yeah, my football passion goes back growing up. Just was in my blood. Didn't play any little league. Started in 7th and 8th grade and just fell in love with it. Basketball, baseball were the big games to play at Cocalico, and for some unknown reason, I love football. I wanted to be a quarterback, and I went after it, and that's what I wanted to do.
Was it somebody in your family that you saw, or
it really wasn't. I can remember going to Ephrata War Memorial Stadium. My sister was dating the quarterback at Ephrata, and they did a headstand on Cocalico that night. And I'm like in 7th, 8th grade. I said, that's not going to happen. And I just loved the challenge of walking out and throwing footballs.
I think it's fair to say, knowing you as long as I've known you, that there are two big passions in your life. Football is one of them, but family's the other. You had a chance to coach your son. You had a chance to watch your daughters grow up and play on the athletic fields of competition. What's that like as a father and a coach at the same time?
Well, the big thing is what I value the most in my life is family, as you mentioned, and I owe it to East Stroudsburg University because they allowed me to do what I valued. I was able to try to be the best father I could and try to be the best husband I could. And the 3 children the good God gave me, we raised them at East Stroudsburg University, and that's family to me. And I owe that to East Stroudsburg University. You look at it now, Chuck. I came to East Stroudsburg at 18, and I wore the red shirt, and it was a tremendous thing. And when it came to the end, they said, nothing as good as playing but coaching second best. So on Saturday when I walk out to 66 at 500, I don't know where it went. Real fortunate.
As a player, you won championships. As a coach, you've been part of championship teams. What is your and as you coached Harlan Hill candidates, you've coached a Harlan Hill winner. What would you say is your most your proudest football accomplishment?
Yeah, as far as going through what's proud, and there's just been too many now. We've been on top of the mountain, we've been in the valleys, but the greatest thing is the players that I've been able to coach through it all. It's nice to say the guys on top of the mountain, and yet the guys in the valleys, those memories are still really special to me because it's who they're all about.
I know that in the last couple of years, one thing we both share is that we both have become grandfathers. And I see you out there with Jimmy's daughter, and your face lights up. And almost more than a receiver having a 100-yard reception or a game-winning touchdown. And, that is something that I think, again, goes back to your love of your passion for your family.
Well, I need to say this to everybody. I met my wife, those blue eyes, those red hair, and you talk 500 for Big Twig, it's 500 for Big Red too. And she's been through the ups and the downs. She's loved me through the interceptions and the touchdowns, and she married a quarterback, and she brought a quarterback into this world, and we're in it together. So when you talk family now, it's not lip service, it's a real thing. But Big Red and being with the 500 by my side and talking with my three children and the grandchildren, as you were talking to me about, I'm just really fortunate for it. And I wouldn't want to do it. I've never looked to leave East Stroudsburg. Where else? I come home, I try to be the best dad. I try to be the best father. You know, I coach the greatest game that I ever wanted to be around, and that's never been a job. It's been my life. And then the other thing is the Poconos have been unbelievable. Like, I go down the river, I climb the Delaware Water Gap, I go to Camelback. The tremendous outdoors has always been part of who Mike Terwilliger, and we have that here in the Poconos, so never look to leave it.
We are very blessed to have that. Now, I know that you've also, in the last couple of years, you've taken up the game of golf. Coach Dowd's got you out on the fairway. So I think I know the answer to this question. Would you rather spend 5 hours chasing a little white ball or 5 hours in a tree stand somewhere?
Well, the other thing is, when you hit the white ball in the hole, and Tony Drago's sitting over there, Tony Drago, when I hit the white ball in the hole, it's nothing like setting the hook on a smallmouth. It's nothing like seeing the muskie break. It's not like putting the big white horns on the wall. And until I get to that passion with golf, I'm just not there. But golf up here in all the great golf courses in the Poconos is just tremendous to go out and spend quality time with people and have fun.
Congratulations on 500 games. I know you're going to get a chance to address the crowd at Eiler Martin Stadium. Give us a hint of what you might say.
I tell you how it's going to be. Now, we're going to play it for 60 minutes, and at the end of 60 minutes, I'm going to talk from my heart. And that's how it goes. We're gonna do everything we can as we have for the other 499. And when the 500th is empty, then it's going to come from my heart, and that's how we roll.
I want to put a helmet and pads on right now. I am pumped up. We've got the Kutztown game coming up on Saturday. We'll have live coverage at 12:30 on Bigfoot Country 103.1. Coach Terwilliger, congratulations again.
And thank you very much for all you do for us.
Well, it's a pleasure. We've got more to come. One more surprise guest is going to join us next. We're at Bovino's in East Stroudsburg at the Warrior Coaches Show. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're at Bavino's on Cortlandt Street in East Stroudsburg as we wrap up the ESU Warrior Coaches Show on Bigfoot Country 103.1. I'm Chuck Seese, and I'm joined by Coach Tricia Melfy, or Coach Melfy as they call her, the women's volleyball coach here at East Stroudsburg University. I'm going to go back to the end of last season because for me it was a very special season. I had never really done any broadcasting of volleyball before, and when the Warriors had the chance to host the PSAC Final Four, it was an eye-opening experience for me. What was it like to have that championship, to earn the right to have that championship on campus?
Such an honor. I mean, ESU has so many champions. So many programs are doing so well, and volleyball's kind of been a late bloomer getting into that competitive vibe. So to host it and to bring something so fun to our spectators, to our campus, to our community, it was really, really an honor. But I also am so proud of the young women that led us to that. That group just did so well with Allie Finch leading the way, and Kenzie, returning up for the COVID year, and some of the newcomers that came in that we had last year just really set the tone for what ESU volleyball looks like. But also to bring that fun to our gym, to Kaler Fieldhouse, was remarkable. It's great to be a part of it.
Now tell us about some of the players that you've brought in for this year's team.
Very excited about this group I brought in. So Sydney Llewellyn is this fine setter coming out of Wisconsin. She's a freshman. I look to her to be an Allie Finch in the future. I mean, Allie Finch is really hard to replace, but Sydney Llewellyn, the other freshman coming in, Anna Coulter out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, number 8. You guys get a chance to come watch us play sometime here in Kaler, you need to check out Anna Coulter in the middle. Super physical, athletic, one of our kind of homegrown here in the Hershey area. So really excited about the incoming freshmen. I have a couple transfers that came in, one from Morgan State, Jasmine Perry, real athletic. But then just the returners. We have Kaylee Lepresto coming back, and Sydney Stone coming back, and Claire Chalou. And so just really excited to blend the two, these new freshmen, new to the game, new to this level of play, with our returners that had the experience of bringing the PSAC championship to ESU. Really excited about this year.
I asked the athletes that were here, Devin Banks and Tyrique Lewis, about the difference between the high school and the college game. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that too, at the volleyball perspective. What changes from the high school level to the college level?
Yes, so the biggest thing is the tempo of the game, and in volleyball, the setter's kind of like the quarterback. And so a setter at this level, you can't read her. You can't tell where she's going to put the ball. So in high school, you know where they're going to set. They sort of face where they're going. The game is a little bit slower. You have time to set things up. Here, you can't read where the set's going to go. You got to move a lot quicker. The tempo of the game itself, the way the ball flies, the miles per hour off the serve, the miles per hour off of, a nice aggressive swing. So the tempo of the game, the size of the game, the height that the game is being played is so much more intense than high school. So our freshmen, although they're talented and they're going to be just fine, that's the part that takes a little bit of time to catch up to, is how fast this game is coming at them. So we're kind of early on in the season, but really excited about where we are. Would love to kind of bring another PSAC East regular season championship to us. We're going to go out west this year for the PSAC Final Four, but we plan to be there. So really excited.
You also have a great charity event coming up. It's called Souls for Souls. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Souls for Souls is very near and dear to me. It's called Wearing Out Poverty, one pair of shoes at a time. So we do a donated shoes drive, new or used, any pair of shoes. We're kicking it off against Westchester next Friday, October 7th, and you get in the game free by bringing a pair of shoes and donating them. So our goal is 6,000 pair of shoes, change 6,000 lives around the world, those that struggle from poverty or even catastrophic events like hurricanes, tsunamis, things like that. So Souls for Souls is just a really great initiative, and we would love for everyone in the community at ESU, in East Stroudsburg in general, to come donate a pair of shoes to our cause. And again, our goal is 3,000 pair of shoes.
When is that wrapping up? It's going to start next weekend, but does it go through the whole month or to the end of the year?
Yep, goes all the way till November 4th. So we have 1 month of donation. You can donate at Kaler Fieldhouse. There'll be drop boxes. And again, get into the game free against Westchester on October 7th by bringing a pair of shoes.
How's your golf game these days? You're in the middle of season. I'm sure you. But over the summer, did you get out to play?
No, I didn't get to play one time. I can't believe it. So I would say that my golf game is needing some work. But hopefully I get to play with you. Maybe you'll come out to our outing one of these days.
We will definitely make plans to do that, and we'll get out on the course together next summer.
Awesome. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
Coach Tricia Melfy of the East Stroudsburg University women's volleyball team matches every Friday and Saturday on campus or off campus, but you can follow along at ESUWarriors.com. Our thanks to Coach Mike Terwilliger. Thanks to Devin Banks and Tyrique Lewis. Thanks to Jimmy Terwilliger. Thanks to Ed Malsch for hosting us, and thanks to you guys for being here. We'll see you next Thursday night at Smuggler's Cove in Tannersville. So join us for the ESU Warrior Coaches Show. Have a great night, everybody. We